Hey guys, welcome to Tory Bash Takeover. This is Dr. Hacks, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about applications and what you should do or shouldn't do. Applications are extremely useful in opening the door for us to understand who you are, and people send in applications whether or not it's to join a really good clan or if it's to apply for a staff position. Most of you are aware that the Game Masters are recruiting right now. Risk has opened up a mass recruitment, and the GM team, along with some other people in the staff, are looking over all those apps and they're discussing it as we speak. So, with that all being said, I want to help you guys be ahead of the game, and I want to make it so that if some of you read this and then go on to write an application, I can feel better knowing it's probably going to be a better application, so we don't have to throw it in the junk pile, because there is a junk pile. And I'll say this, about 4 out of 5 applications that come into a staff position that are not written by someone of previous staff are garbage. They're just garbage. They either have dumb, you can't take them seriously, a lot of spelling mistakes, there's lying, there's people applying who don't know anything about the position, etc. So I want to first go into what we do. As a disclaimer, you're not going to get any spoilers. You're not going to get, I'm not going to reference anyone's particular application. I don't have any pulled up. You're not going to read anything that's been said in the Game Master board or any secret board for that matter. I'm not going to divulge any really hidden trade secrets or anything like that. What I will tell you is insight coming from the inside. Okay? One of the things we like to do as soon as we get your application is pull up your history. Now, there's a couple different histories we're going to pull up. Again, this is not going to be some crazy spoiler. You probably could have speculated this anyways, but if you hadn't thought about it, now you will. We're going to check your post history. If your last 20 posts are garbage, or they're 1 to 2 sentences long, they're insulting people, you got infracted on them, you're obnoxious, whatever, you're probably going to get shot down on your application. That's just dumb. Don't post dumb things and then right afterwards apply for a staff position. Your in-game history. Don't say you're ready to be active in-game as a hoster if you haven't played in 2 weeks and you only played 1 game 2 weeks ago, and then the 4 days after that you played 5 games, and whatever. If we check your in-game history and we deem you're inactive or not very active, chances are that's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you a lot. And we're just going to put up this little post right there under your app that says, well, I looked at his in-game history and it's very underwhelming. Maybe if he applied again and had better activity, I would consider him more. And then everyone would look and go, oh, wow, yeah, only 20 games played in the last month and a half. So that's the in-game history. And then we're going to check the infractions. We're going to look at how many infractions you've had, where you've had them, and for what and why, and whether or not they're important. Now, if you've been here since 2008 and you have 6 infractions, but they're all like useless posts in the market board because you illegally bumped a thread or something, that's not gonna hurt you. You're a human being. You're gonna make mistakes. Most people who apply to staff don't have a clean 0 infraction page history. I would say almost like 95% of people don't have a 0 infraction page. Even super moderators and admins have infractions. But if you were banned for 3 months for racism 4 months ago, then we're like, I don't know if I want someone who's been accused of being a racist to be a game master. So make sure you have a clean infraction page. And if you don't, maybe write about that in your application. Explain how you were infracted or you were banned for a day because of this, and it really helped you learn your lesson, and now ever since you've been clean. We like people who own up to their mistakes. It's something mature. We like maturity. Another thing you should do is actually read through your application like 3 times. Here's an idea for you. A typical tournament will last about an hour. That's from the absolute start of the idea that you're going to host a tournament to going to the end game, making the room, setting it all up, the max clients, the game rules, everything the broadcasting out, getting everyone, explaining the rules, starting the tournament, changing descriptions, finishing the tournament, sending the prizes, and logging the prizes. That takes about an hour. And that's just for one in-game event. If you won't even spend 15 minutes on writing your application, then why should we give you a job that we know takes hours and hours every month? It's going to take it's going to take an hour each time you host a tournament, roughly. You're going to host more than a couple of tournaments a month. You're supposed to be also coming up with and hosting forum events, which take longer than the in-game events. So if we see your application and it's that long on the forum, like that long, it's, I don't know, 10 lines, and there's a spelling error or you didn't capitalize something, and it just says jack shit about you, you're not going to get in. Unless, like, we already know you're you're really great and all that, you're not going to get in. Your applications are considered underwhelming. Most of us are going to scratch our head and say, who is this guy again? And you're not going to leave a good impression on us. So really take the time to write out real shit about you. We don't really care that you got a B+ in math last semester. What we do care about is, who are you? What's your name? How old are you? What time zone are you a part of? So we know when you'd be able to host. When did you join Tory Bash? Why do you think you're good for this position? Do you know what this position really is? That's another thing. You should illustrate that you understand what the position is and correlate the information you're giving towards why you'd be good at that position. If you say, I want to be a game master because I really want to infract market posts, then we're going to be like, what the hell? Why is this? What? Go away. No. You're never going to get either position now because we know you're not taking the time to even think. If you have dumb image macros that are cheeky, dumb picture comics, usually that's not gonna fly. If you're using like memes, if like you should apply me because I like mudkips and you post a mudkips and whatever, that's not gonna get you in. That's gonna almost get you instantly rejected. You should almost apply to this like you would apply a job or a career or whatever. Like, come into it with a serious and mature attitude. Show us you can be mature, and show us why you're better than everyone else. Because that's what it's going to have to come down to. There's plenty of spots open. There's technically an unlimited amount of spots open, right? But there's literally going to be more than 100 people applying. That's usually how it works. Usually we take on like 5, because there's usually only like 5 really good ones, which means 95% of people get rejected. So you have to send in an application that you, in your heart and your mind and everything, think this is part of the top 5%. I spent a lot of time on this. I reviewed it. I rewrote it. I made sure it has important material. I looked at the game masters and all that. That's what you need to do. And once you've sent it in, here's what you don't need to do. Once you've sent in your great application, you've worked hard on it, don't tell people you just sent in your application. Don't, like on the forums, don't be posting good luck in the recruitment thread. Don't be answering people's questions in the recruitment thread as if you're already a staff member. Don't whisper game masters in game and tournaments and be like, hey, I just applied to Game Masters. Did you get my application? Don't do that. I used to do that all the time. Don't do it. Trust me, it just pisses us off. It's gonna work against you. Yes, we got your application. I promise you we got your application. Yes, we read your application, and we're either voting on it now, or have voted on it, and we just haven't given you the results yet. Wait until we give out the results. If it's a yes, you'll know. If it's a no, you'll know because you didn't get a yes. and if you did get a no, I think it's an earnest request to say, how can I improve myself? But don't just say, hey, why, and please, and come on, or anything like that. Just, moving forward, you might want to ask, hey, I'd like you to just relook at my application. I'm not asking you to reconsider me. I'm just asking you, where can I improve so that the next time around I can apply and make a better application? That's mature, And then if you do that, then when you send in your application next time, maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road, we can compare the then to the now, and we can see that you asked us like how you can improve and that you did improve in those areas. And we're gonna be like, oh, okay, so this guy matured up, he did what he needed to do, and you'll get a much better feedback. Doesn't mean you'll immediately get in or anything, but you'll be monsoons better off than anyone else. So these are just some of the things you should do. You shouldn't pester the GMs. Go in there once you've read it all and you post it up faithfully. Just walk away from it. Play in game. Host a tournament or two if you have the funds to do so. Come up with some form of events for them to be sponsored by the GM team or whatever. Include useful, pertinent information and spend good time on it. Format it well. Make sure it's got good grammar. And don't be applying if you know you're going to get rejected because of your infraction history or you're not in-game active at all. Or don't go explaining how you're going to fix it in the future. Just go ahead and fix it and then send in your application. Because remember, people accept applications even if we're not in a recruitment drive. And we'll accept people into the team even if you're not in a recruitment drive. Alright, so that's a brief synopsis of how you can improve your chances of getting onto a staff or applying to a better clan, etc. This is how I would write an application. I highly recommend you guys follow these guidelines, tips, and tools so that you'll stand out from the crowd, because that's what you need to do if you want to be a game master, or a market squad member, or a super moderator, or a member of a really great clan. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you like this video, hit the like button down below. If you want to leave comments, if you have questions, leave comments down below. If you have questions for me, personal questions, game questions, whatever, go to the Tory Bash forums, go to the entertainment board, look for the Tory Bash Takeover Q&A thread, and ask any question. I will guarantee a video response to almost all of those questions. If you're new to the channel or you've been watching it for a little bit and you want to see more of my videos, just hit the subscribe button down below. What that does for me is it tells me how many people are actively watching, and it also, for you, posts up a little notification that I've posted up a new video every time I've done it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and let's make sure Tory Bash takes over.